What is up, everyone? This is going to be kind of weird because I never really use this channel. I'm not even sure if anyone that's subscribed to here is even going to check this video out. But I'm a vocal person. I'm someone that enjoys making content. I'm someone that enjoys just talking to myself because I'm a sad bastard. But anyway, I kind of want to talk about the Royal Rumble. Some of you guys may or may not know me as being a massive wrestling fan. If you follow me on Twitter, you will know that I generally tweet out anything about wrestling quite regular. Every Raw, every SmackDown, generally most pay-per-views, and yeah, I'm kind of obsessed with it. And the other day I watched the Royal Rumble. Now, this is obviously one of the things that kick off the road to WrestleMania. This is a big thing in the wrestling calendar. And I just want to talk about it and kind of get my feelings across because I've said a lot of things on Twitter. I've said a lot of things online, and I think I've been I don't think I've actually got my feelings across properly in my actual opinions on it. And obviously being able to talk and put your feelings across via discussion and words rather than typing and obviously in 160 characters is a lot easier. So yeah. So first of all, the Royal Rumble itself. Let's just talk about the undercard and all the matches that come before. So to start off with, they did the whole Daniel Bryan Big Show versus Mark Henry steel cage match. Now this could have been, I suppose, pretty good. It's kind of a mixture of obviously styles and weight divisions. So it's not really a match you can expect to be high flying, high adrenaline. It's never ever going to be a classic. Let's put it that way. Because Daniel Bryan obviously is a submission expert. He's a very technical wrestler. The Big Show and Mark Henry are powerhouses, 7 foot tall, 6 foot whatever, 400-pound plus beasts. Daniel Bryan just isn't going to be able to compete with that if he actually goes toe to toe and, you know, tries to just shoot him out with in a fist fight. So he's obviously got to use his head. He's got to use. So they've gone down this whole angle. They've turned him from a face to a heel. He's now obsessed with his World Heavyweight Championship, which is hilarious. And yeah, the match basically ended up with him escaping, Mark Henry sleeping on the floor. Obviously, he's carrying an injury, and him escaping Big Show's grasp out the top of the cage. It lasted about, what, 15 minutes or so, and he was, I suppose, I don't know. What can you expect from this match? The competitors it is, you can't expect much. So I suppose he delivered in what it was going to, but it was a pretty average match. The thing that made it for me was just Daniel Bryan as a competitor and as a wrestler. He makes me laugh so much as a heel character, and for that it was enjoyable. So the next match, I think, this is just all going off the top of my head, by the way. The next match, I think, was a Divas match. I'm not going to comment on that because it was a Divas match, and no disrespect to people that like Divas wrestling or women's wrestling, but yeah, I'm just going to put it that way. It wasn't a great match, but Beth Phoenix's finisher is amazing, and she's a fantastic wrestler. So, to move on to the next one, which was CM Punk, Dolph Ziggler, and John Laurinaitis as the special guest referee. Now, this could have been interesting. I've really enjoyed watching this on Raw over the past couple of weeks. I think he's actually... old Johnny Ace here is turned into kind of an amusing character. He makes me laugh quite a bit. He's very smug. He's very much grown into the role as acting GM. And I was actually looking forward to this. And I was kind of disappointed the fact that the whole Triple H contractual situation arose before the match, and or should I say the week before, and the fact that then he decided not to try and screw CM Punk over. I thought it would have been really good going into WrestleMania with Dolph Ziggler winning the title. I thought that would have been a really interesting angle, and something I would have been interesting to see if they backed the decision to leave him with the title into WrestleMania. Obviously, he's not really a main eventer now, so yeah, that would have been interesting. But yet the outcome was obviously CM Punk won the match, and I thought generally from start to finish it was a really good match, but again, kind of left a little bit disappointed because I would have liked them to have used the angle with Laurinaitis. But it was an enjoyable match. It was an enjoyable match. I cannot complain. There was also a match with Brodus Clay, I think came before this, I've just remembered right now, and yeah, it's Brodus Clay. If you like, people are comparing him to Rikishi. Yes, he is Rikishi, but I found Rikishi funny, and I liked Rikishi as a heel. I thought he was destructive. Brodus Clay, I don't want to be a spoil sport. I don't want to act as if I just like serious wrestling, because there's nothing better than a comedy character in wrestling. A comedy character in wrestling is amazing. I mean, what Daniel Bryan is doing now is, you know, with his egotistical ways, with his World Heavyweight Champion, makes me laugh so much. I know that's obviously not a comedy character as such, but people like that needs to be in wrestling. It can't always be serious, but there's just something about Brodus Clay, for me, that I don't find funny. I just think I know this is going to sound even worse as well. I feel he could have been used better as another Umaga. And I know what you're thinking. That's just stereotypical big guy just, you know, destroying everyone. But I don't know. I just felt he could have been used a lot better as that. Maybe he's not technically as good. Umaga was, from what I remember, pretty good wrestler. But yeah, that's just my opinion on the whole thing. That's why I pretty much despise Brodus Clay right now. But yeah, that's my opinion on the pre-card before the Royal Rumble. Now, the Royal Rumble, this is the main reason why my opinion is what it is, and I was generally left disappointed. Now, everyone knows every year there's some surprises, and I am guilty for looking at rumors. I am guilty for hyping myself up for this, watching old WWF Goldberg videos and Batista destroying an Evolution and all these kind of things, and reading rumors. I knew all this was not going to happen. I knew that Batista was not going to come back. I knew Goldberg wasn't going to come back. But the one person I thought for sure was going to come back was Brock Lesnar. And if Brock Lesnar had came back in this Royal Rumble, this would have been amazing. It would have been amazing. I don't care what it was, how many mid-card people were in it, how many people that are new and up and coming from NXT that are in the Royal Rumble. I would not have cared. Brock Lesnar came in there and just cleaned house. I would have been so excited. But it didn't happen. Instead, we had a lot of, I don't know, one of the Uso brothers in there. And yeah, I admit, they're decent wrestlers. But Royal Rumble? Seriously? Who else was in it? Unico. Who is he? He's never going to be good. He's a decent wrestler, but who is he? Then we had Epico and Primo. And I know, they're trying to hype these up because of Evan Bourne on his dope and everything like that. And he's going to end up turning out like, oh, I don't know. Anyway, with the tag team title and everything going to them, they're obviously trying to build them up a little bit, but it's the Royal Rumble. It's supposed to be exciting. Now, I'm not a spoil sport. I'm not sitting here going, you know what, this was terrible. It wasn't the worst pay-per-view ever, like I said. That was a massive overreaction. But it was not good, in my opinion. It was not good. I have watched worse. The last WrestleMania was terrible. That was way, way worse. That was shocking beyond all belief. If The Rock hadn't even made an appearance, it would have been one of the worst things I put my money on. But I can't help but say I was disappointed from this Royal Rumble. I have to be honest. A lot of things disappointed me. As I said, a lot of mid-card people. A lot of people are injured. I accept that. And I know you couldn't... The whole thing that annoyed me as well is that everyone from the WWE universe, as they put it now, could be in this Royal Rumble and entered into it. So I thought to myself, maybe that could mean legends. Maybe that could mean past stars. Maybe that could mean commentators, as it found out to be. Now, for me, seeing Booker T come back in the ring is amazing. I will see Booker T wrestling every week because he is one of the best. He's one of my heroes. He is one of the people I look up to in wrestling. Well, not look up to, but you know what I mean. Every time I see him wrestle, I'm like, yeah, this guy's amazing. But Michael Cole? I know, as I was saying, comedy characters and everything, but Michael Cole, seriously, Royal Rumble spots, they were all going on about Mick Foley and taking a Royal Rumble spot. Then Michael Cole comes in and wrestles for whatever. I'm just so glad Karma came and kicked his ass because, yeah, that was pretty cool. I gotta admit, that was pretty cool. Karma coming in and kicking Michael Cole's ass. But then Jerry the King Lawler, he came in and did what? Exactly. Road Dogg coming back, that was amazing. Mick Foley coming back was kind of a... One of my mates, Richard, said a while ago, it's depressing seeing Foley wrestle because of the size he is now, and that is kind of the angle I'm at, but I can't help but be excited about seeing Mick Foley in a wrestling ring because he's just like years ahead of anyone that stepped in that ring in terms of career, in terms of what he's achieved, in terms of his charisma, in terms of everything. Mick Foley is a fucking legend. So yeah, that was amazing. But there's other things that kind of annoyed me as well. Now, it seems from the way I speak about this that I have a despising hate for Sheamus. I don't have a hate for him. I actually think he's a very good wrestler. I think he actually carries himself well around the ring, and I think he's a very likable character. But I don't think he's WrestleMania standard yet. And he probably, I don't know, see, this is the thing. I don't know whether he's main evented WrestleMania yet. I don't think he has. In fact, I'm pretty certain he hasn't main evented WrestleMania yet. But I know he's two-time WWE champion. He is one of the biggest there. The only one I see on his level currently, and I'd say is bigger than Sheamus, is Alberto Del Rio. And Alberto Del Rio is obviously either going to be at WrestleMania or he's going to be injured and miss it. And he is a big, big, big miss for this company right now. In my opinion, he's the one person that they've got who's generally top quality. He is amazing. He's a fantastic wrestler. But let's just think of it now. Sheamus won. He came in at what? 27, was it? 26? Randy Orton came in, which was very predictable. And there was rumours going around before that Randy Orton was going to win it. Now, what would have been better than doing what they did was, say for instance, they'd had, I don't know, the whole Randy Orton, Wade Barrett fight going along with, I don't know, off the top of my head, there was a... I can't think, but you can see where I'm coming at. They could have done so many other little things than what they did. I mean, 30 being the big show? Seriously? And then he just gets eliminated? Why? They could have... Brock Lesnar, man! Where was Brock Lesnar? But yeah, they could have done so much things, and don't get me wrong, watching Jericho versus Sheamus at the end was amazing. That was really, really good, but I just think it was very much a very tepid, if that's the right word, Royal Rumble. Before it was quite good, but the actual one I feel really didn't live up to expectations and really didn't kick off at anything, hence my disappointment, and hence why I still right now feel it was a kind of a big disappointment in the lack of surprises. And also the lack of anything or rivalries really making. Because, I mean, Wade Barrett just got eliminated by Randy Orton within about a couple of seconds. Randy Orton then gets eliminated straight away. Jericho comes out as well as Sheamus. They battle and then it's all over with the Big Show coming in for a couple of seconds as well. So, yeah, I just can't help but feel it could have been better. And I'm not saying it should have been covered with legends from head to toe. There's no way it should have done that. But, I mean, thinking about it now, I've actually recorded this over the top because I was just going to end it then. But thinking about it now, a lot of the things that they could have done as well, they could have put Kane in it. Undertaker could have came back. Even if he got eliminated, we know he's going to be at the WrestleMania. We know he's going to be there. But they did that on Raw the next day, which, I don't know. I really don't know. There's just so many things they could have done. Could have made it a lot better. But they chose to go the angle they did. They chose to not include people that would get the crowd excited. They could have put Triple H in it. Just so many things they could have done just to make it a little bit more exciting. Just getting rid of a couple of the mid-card people and pouring in a couple more people that have just a bit more stage presence about it. That's all I'm trying to say. So with that, I'll speak to you all later. And Brock Lesnar, man, where are you? See you in a bit.